Let me start with something that many of us may not say out loud, but have definitely experienced. I have too. So you start the month strong with all the motivation, all the excitement. You have your goals clearly written down, your plans clearly spelled out. But somewhere in the middle of the month, you can't find the energy to follow through. Nothing dramatic happens. You don't quit on purpose. You just slowly stop showing up the way you intended. If you ever wondered why that keeps happening, let me say this gently. The problem is not your goals or your plans. The problem is that motivation was never meant to carry you for long. This usually shows up in many ways daily. So your mornings are rushed and chaotic. And so your day feels scattered. Your evenings are exhausting. So you sleep tired and wake up tired. And most days, you're relying on willpower to decide what to do next, or your brain or memory to call up what's next, or even your feelings to tell you what you should do. That's not sustainable. Because when your days are dependent on your feelings, on how you feel, then consistency becomes very hard. Execution of your plans, intentional execution of your plans for the desired results becomes really tough. Motivation is emotional. It rises and falls depending on stress, our mood, hormones, sleep, workload, and life generally. So when we depend on motivation to guide our days, we're essentially building on something unstable, something really shaky, a weak foundation. That's why we can desire something intensely, we can want something deeply, but still struggle to follow through consistently. Obviously, it's not a lack of desire, but a lack of the structures that would hold us up, that will support us, that will sustain us, even when life feels challenging. And this is where routines come in. Routines reduce decision fatigue. You know, that mental exhaustion that comes from having to decide what to do over and over again. When parts of your day are already decided, your brain gets to rest. So you don't have to negotiate with yourself every morning what to do. And you don't have to decide every evening what to do because you already know what to do. Routines carry you, especially on days when motivation is very low. One of the simplest ways to build routines that work is through anchors. Anchors are those fixed points in your day that already exist. Like when you wake up, when you eat, and when you go to bed. So instead of creating complicated schedules, you can stack habits to these moments that exist. They're already a part of your day. Anchors make routines or your schedules feel more natural than forced. Let's talk about mornings. Chaotic mornings often lead to scattered days. When your morning begins in a rush, with confusion, no direction, you're already behind before even anything begins. Your morning routine, it doesn't have to be fancy. It doesn't have to be long. It just needs to be intentional. Take these 3 simple steps. First, something that grounds you. Second, something that prepares you. Third, something that sets the direction for the day. For example, for something that grounds you, it could be a prayer, it could be a quiet moment of meditation. Then, something that prepares you. It could be drinking a glass of water or stretching your body. And then, something that sets the direction for the day. It could be checking your to-do list just to keep it in mind. Or writing down one task that, if completed, would make the day successful. Now let's talk about evenings, because this is where most people struggle. When your evenings are unstructured, your tomorrow starts tired. You sleep late, wake up exhausted, and then the cycle repeats itself. Evening routines are not about doing more. They are about making tomorrow easier. So one small habit at night, like review your plans for tomorrow, laying out the clothes for tomorrow, reading a book, journaling, or just simply slowing down can change how you wake up. There's a saying by Gretchen Rubin that I really like. Habits are the invisible architecture of daily life. And that's why routines matter more than motivation. You don't notice them day by day, but they shape your focus, your attention, your energy, and your consistency. So some habits, the good ones obviously, support you, but the bad habits drain you. And most of them, because their habits, they run on autopilot. And that's why awareness matters here. It helps you know what exactly is influencing the results and outcome of your day. So this week, I'd like you to keep things simple. So first, create a basic daily routine using 3 anchors. When you wake up, 1 meal time, and when you go to bed. Second, I'd like you to design a 3-step morning routine. Nothing ambitious, just doable. Third, add one evening habit that makes tomorrow easier. And finally, write down your current habits, whether good or bad. No judgment. This week is not about perfection. No. It's about noticing what is already there. Here's what I want you to remember this week. It's a popular quote by James Clear, the author of Atomic Habits. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. So this week, create that routine, the routine that supports your goals. Your routine isn't about control, rigidity, or punishment. It's about peace. The peace that comes from creating days that flow more easily, even when life feels uncertain, even when life feels challenging. So, if you'll be trying the exercises for this week, please let us know in the comment section. And if you found this video or this lesson useful, please like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Until next time, remember to stay accountable and keep your star shining brightly. I remain your trusted accountability partner in goals and growth, Chini the methodologist.